Welcome to Transform Her, the show where we ignite audacity and break barriers. Yes, our mission with and on Transform Her is to equip women with practical insights and resources that they need on their journey to leadership in the C-suite or as entrepreneurs, so that together we can usher in a new era of inclusive leadership that is bound to ensure prosperity across the African continent. I'm your host, Ifeoma Williams, and we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back. On this episode of Transform Her, the title of our episode is Financial Mastery, Building and Sustaining Wealth in Africa and Beyond. Now, this topic seems like one we talk about all the time, or it might seemingly be a repetition, but it's not. It's important that we garner and gain perspectives from different sources. And today, we are speaking to Miss Financial Mastery herself, Sola Adesakin. Welcome, Mrs. Adesakin.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I mean, guys, you are in for more than amazement, wonder. I'm stuttering because I don't even know the word. Sola Adesakin is synonymous with smart stewards. She's actually a powerhouse and a brand. I know I use that word all the time, powerhouse, because we bring you no less than powerhouses on Transform Her. She is many things, and forgive me, I have to read. She's an official member at the Forbes Coaches Council. She's an alumna of the Road to Growth initiative of the Sherry Blair Foundation, but she is known and reputed for her work, the Smart Stewards. So let's jump right into it. Tell us what Smart Stewards is.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, and this is such a phenomenal work that I'm proud to be part of.
Thank you.
I started Smart Stewards about 8 years ago, stemming from my personal experiences. So I'd qualified as a chartered accountant about 15 years before then, but I was always broke. I was always agitated about my finances. I was earning about $500,000 many years ago, and 4 days, 5 days after salaries were paid, I was literally broke. Wow. Now, a lot of people think that going to school is what equips you with everything you need to know about managing money. So even for me as an accountant, I struggled with my finances. And then I made some really bad money decisions. And it costed me quite a lot. You know, I'll give you examples as we go on in the show. And after I came out of all of those ordeals, I decided to start to teach people, you know, the basic things about financial literacy, about how they could make, manage, and multiply their resources. And I took that word from, you know, a person of faith, Matthew 25, the stewards that were given talents by their master. 3 of them. 2 were smart, 1 was not smart. And that was how the Smart Stewards journey started.
Fantastic. I love that answer. So what I see from this, first of all, is that, Sola, you have an unconventional way of money mastery. So what drives you to challenge conventional norms of the finance industry? Because Smart Stewards is different.
Thank you. I thank you for that compliment. Many things. But I think the key thing is my faith. And the fact that I realized that, you know, the first thing that God, you know, introduced us to in the beginning was stewardship.
Right.
In the beginning, the world or the earth or everywhere was without form or void. Mm-hmm. And he said, let there be light. And he introduced organization. He made stuff out of nothing. And the very first word or very first sentence he said to man was, be fruitful. Do you see? So stewardship, resource management. So that's what drives me and drives what we represent as Smart Stewards. I believe we have a template beyond all the things that we do. We want to make money. I believe we have a template that just, you know, shows us how to manage our resources, and not just money. When I say resources, I mean at least 4 things, because I believe in our quest for building wealth, there are 4 things or 4 types of wealth we should aim at building. Financial wealth, which talks about money. Social wealth, which talks about the people in our lives. Time wealth, talking about how we manage our time. And of course, physical wealth, how we, manage our health and all of those things. So back to your question, yes. I am driven by many things, but that mandate of be fruitful. So we draw our examples, we draw our framework, we draw our blueprint from the Bible.
You've spoken about the word template, and I love that because at TransformHer, what we want to do is provide people with actual, actionable, practical insights. So I want the ladies watching Sola to be taking notes. Ladies, I hope you're taking notes. Finish this episode and say, you know what, I listened to Sola Adesakin today, and these are the steps I'm going to take. So I want you to expatiate on that template by providing what are these actionable strategies. And you spoke about different types of wealth, but let's look at actionable strategies for building financial wealth.
I love it. What I have realized, and which was my case when I started to teach financial literacy, was the fact that many people just wanted to do. Oh, coach, tell me, how can I save? How can I invest? How can I want to. But one of the templates that we teach, or that I personally believe in, is that before you can do, or if you want to do successfully, if you want to have successfully, you must be. So when I teach wealth, I talk about being a wealthy person, first of all, in your mind, before saving, before the doing, and before the having. So that template, because you see, I was a chartered accountant earning 500,000 about 17, 18 years ago. But I was always broke. I was agitated because I just didn't realize. I knew I was saving, but I would take from my savings 4 days, 5 days, and before the end of the month, I would live on IOUs. Oh, do you see? And then what was I doing with my money? I didn't really understand where my money was going. I didn't really set goals. I just felt helpless. Do you see? But in retrospect, why did I feel helpless? Because I wasn't wealthy in my mind. I didn't see myself as somebody who had the capacity to build wealth. I just knew that I was earning a salary because I wanted to be comfortable. So what I am saying is the number one template is what I call the be, the do, the have. You want to be wealthy, see yourself as a wealthy person. And it's not a function of what you have in your bank account. It's not a function of the kind of money you earn on a monthly basis. It's about you seeing yourself as, you know what, irrespective of what is happening in the economy, I'm wealthy. I am rich. It's a mindset. So I'm saying being is first of all the mindset. Listen, as a man thinketh, so is he. If in your mind you realize that, you know what, I am not... I can't be defined by what I have and what I don't have. Because I know it's a process, I will get there. But in my mind, I am wealthy. I am rich. I am compassionate. You know, all of those affirmations. Then you can start to do stuff that would help you. And you know what? Our lives gravitate in the direction of our predominant thoughts. So if you see yourself as wealthy, the things that you will do, the people that you will have in your circles, will just naturally, be a reflection of what you have in your mind. So what I'm saying is, the template is get the mindset right. You have all it takes to be wealthy. You have what it takes to make money, to manage it, and to multiply. Don't get it twisted. And I'm not saying this is a function of what you have in your bank account. So once you work on the mindset, then we start to do actionable steps. Get knowledge. How do I save? How do I budget? How do I invest? Can I give you a practical example before we go on? This being, doing, and having thing. In the last few years in Nigeria, the investment climate has been very rocky. A lot of people invested. I invested my money as well, and some of these schemes failed. Now, the reactions differed. We die here. Our money is gone. Well, you'd see some people would, and that's my approach. So the money, yes, I may have lost some money, but listen, I'm the same person who made that money. I have what it takes to make even much more. That's a mindset. If you have not built yourself and worked your mindset muscles to think like that, you can't pretend. You can't form it. So it takes a process.
Right.
So while some people were like, yeah, we have died, we dead, we move. Some of us are like, calm down. If the money comes back, fine. If it doesn't, we'll make more money. So
Precisely.
what I'm saying is, ladies, let's work on our mindset. But I'm saying the template is the mindset, the knowledge set, and then the skill set.
What I want to delve into more, and which will be practical meat, is, Sola, I want you to reveal, as you said in the beginning, your battle scars. What are the challenges that you faced? Tell us, you are a fantastic storyteller. Tell us one story that will help women understand where you came from to where you are now.
I love it. I have many stories, but this comes to mind. When I was going to get married, I was working for a reputable company, and I was loved by all, especially, the CEO of the company. And just because, sometimes you have worked somewhere, you want to change, and just like, you know what, I've got all the qualifications. Mind you, I am an accountant in 3 continents. So I had, and I still have all of my qualifications, like, you know what, we've got this stuff. So around the time when I was going to get married, I told my husband to be that, you know what, I want to leave this job. I've been there for a couple of years. I want to try and explore something different. And my husband to be, who is now my husband, was like, are you sure? There's no pressure. There's no need. I said, yes. I'm quite tired of that environment. So I told my boss, I said, Sola, don't leave. I mean, you have brought so much, impact and all of those things. And I'm also a mentor to you. I'm like, no, we're fine. Now, what I didn't realize, or what I didn't remember, or maybe I remembered and I just swept it aside, was the fact that I did not have any savings. So I was going to get married. I did not have any savings, and I was leaving security for uncertainty. Now, don't get me wrong. The fact that you're leaving a job doesn't mean that, but it was just a peculiar case. So we had our wedding. My husband, it was outside of the country. My boss came. We're all happy. Wedding was over. No savings, nothing. Now, around that time, my story is very unique. My husband was doing very well in his business as well. Now, around that time was when he also made some decisions. It was a partnership business, and, they just felt he had been working out of 4 partners. 2 of them were the ones working, and that they needed, to sort of outsource the management of the organization. Anyway, they outsourced, but unfortunately, not to good hands. So at the same time, we got broke together. Oh God. So stories. From earning 500,000, all of a sudden, I didn't even have 1,000 naira to my name. And then it wasn't as if we had plans to say, you know what, the babies won't start coming now. Oh gosh. First month after wedding, I got pregnant.
Be fruitful.
Be fruitful.
And multiply.
No savings, nothing. Yes. It was chaotic.
Wow.
It did me a bad thing. But hey, and then that was when the change happened. And I realized, you know what, I'd worked many years, earned $500,000. What was I doing with my money? Hopping on planes, promo ticket to the UK, 90K, jump on it. Atlanta, 90K, jump. That was what I was doing with my money. I wasn't even building houses or, building assets. So I prayed to God, and I said, God, give me a second chance. I promise you.
As we all do.
As we all do. And look at it. I went through the motions, the process of learning, okay, so what can I do in additional? I started to apply. Who would take a pregnant lady? But 6 months into my pregnancy, when my face was all swollen, I got a job. And I did so well that they retained me, and the rest, as I say, is history. But I learned, it was a space of 1 year.
Wow.
What does it mean to budget? What does it mean to save? And that was what led me into all of this smart stewardship stuff. Yes. These days, I have saved and invested in 8 digits, 9 digits. I literally forget some of my funds in some accounts. Saying that to say, it doesn't matter where you have been and the mistakes that you have made. You can go from one bad extreme and continue the process. I'm not on the other extreme. On the other extreme, I should be on Forbes' list now.
Oh, you have started with the coaching council?
So I'm saying that it's a journey.
One of the words I picked on was financial literacy. And you find that truly a lot of people are actually not financially literate. But there is this fear, I guess, speaking to mindset again. So let's drill down further. And this is a question I like to ask financial experts as yourself. A young lady, or whatever age, wants to start her journey today. Let's look at a couple of scenarios. I have 50,000 naira. I have 100. I have 250, 500, a million, right? I'm afraid. So I'm speaking to my mind and saying, I've overcome that fear. I might want to start out of, There are many facets to this. The mindset has to be built. The action has to be taken. But Sola, speak to me as that woman who has these different sums of money and that slight bit of fear, but has to turn things around because I cannot continue to be broke.
I love it. And what I would like to say, the first thing I'd like to say to answer that question is, listen, money is inanimate. You are animate. What does that mean? Money is a non-living thing. You are a living being created in the image of God. Why would you allow money get you anxious? That's what I see. There are many money emotions that I see. There's fear, there's shame, there's greed, and there are many other things. But what I'm saying is, listen, Francis Bacon says money is a great servant, but a bad leader. What does that mean? See, the society places so much power. Money is so power drunk that something that is meant to be a tool for us to live an amazing life becomes an object of fear. Money conversations in marriage, in friendships, everywhere. That's why you see people killing other people because of money. Doing rituals, kidnapping because of money. So the first thing is deal with that emotion. Say to yourself, money is inanimate. I control money, not the other way around. Money won't make me fearful, afraid. That still talks to the mindset. That's number one. Number two, when we talk about money, I like to tell people, see, the ultimate goal is not to make money. That's small. Make money, build wealth.
Two different things.
Two different things.
Make money, build wealth.
I see people chasing money, chasing money, chasing money. It's fine because money is a tool for doing so many things, but it's basic. So make money so that you could build wealth. There are many people who have made money, who have had money in the past, who didn't channel it right, and then you see that, in the later days of their life or latter days of their life, they became broke. We can mention names. I don't want to mention names. Because they didn't realize that it was just more than having money. Channel that money into the right things. And that's number two. Number three, there are two ways to winning with your resources. And to make it, having more money and being able to build wealth. The first thing is you are either making more money or cutting down your expenses. There are two things. If you want to live a more financially stable life, a financially free life, make more money or cut down your expenses. And I tell people that cutting down your expenses, even in this current economic climate, sounds foolish. What expenses do you want to cut down? There's inflation. So I tell people, I'm not a finance coach that would say don't spend money. I spend money. I love spending money. But I spend smartly. So on the other hand, make more money. To the lady who is listening to me who says, I have 50K, I have 200K, where do I start my journey from? Money is a tool. The more you make, the more things you can accomplish. But the goal is use it, to build assets that can continue to make more money for you, right? Embrace financial literacy, all of the things that I've been saying, read books, join an academy like a Smart Stewards Academy, get the knowledge, then start to practice. That money plan on a monthly basis. I tell people that a lot of people don't have spending problems. They have income problems because what you are making is not enough. And then some people who don't have income problems don't know how to manage it. So make the money, manage it. You make 100,000 per month, right? You're making it. How do you manage it such that you take care of your necessities, you take care of yourself as well, and then you keep the rest for the future? The Japanese proverb says, if you save money, money will save you. I absolutely agree. You know, so rinse and repeat. Get the knowledge, have the right mindset, get the knowledge, and then the skill set to make, manage, and multiply. And the skill set is not hard. Plan it. Out of 100,000 naira, what goes into what? What are the basic necessities? You have to buy fuel, you have to feed yourself, depending on whether you're married or not. If you're married, what you're doing with your husband, you know. What are the necessities? Write them out. Then I say, take care of yourself as well. Then save the remaining. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Once you learn how to do this, you realize that more money comes to you. To who has a little and uses it to paraphrasing that scripture, more will come. So rinse and repeat, make it, manage it, multiply it, rinse and repeat. In a short while.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
Wow. It's unbelievable. There's so much that I've gleaned from this episode, and I'm a note writer. So I'm going to regurgitate a lot of the things you've said to summarize. My favorite quote is, if you save money, money will save you, the Japanese proverb. Another quote that Sola shared with us today is when she talked about money being a great servant, but a terrible master. And so we've seen from all of this that it is strategy. It's about planning. And she used what I've written down here as the 3 M's. She says, make money, manage money, and then multiply money. That it is beyond making money to building wealth. She has spoken intelligently and practically about financial literacy, about educating yourself. If you do not know, how can you do? Follow us on all our social media handles. Sola is definitely going to come back. Thank you so much. 30 minutes is not a long enough time to speak to her, but it's been amazing having you. Please stay tuned for our coaching segment. Welcome to another coaching segment of Transform Her. Today, we're going to be discussing the topic of executive presence. Now, this falls off the back of personal branding. It's all in the sphere of effective communications as a leader. So I'm going to keep repeating it episode after episode. Effective communication is what helps you engage with your team and make you an excellent leader. So, unbeknown to many of us, we are communicating even when we are not communicating. It could be your body language or the seemingly innocuous things that send signals or messages wrongly from what we are trying or intending to communicate with our teams and our audiences. So, what is executive presence? Executive presence is the X factor in leadership, particularly leadership communication. It is an amalgam of confidence, authenticity, poise, and influence. Now, as a leader, you've got to remember something. If you have the ability to influence, then you are actually leading because people follow you voluntarily. But where people are coerced, it's no longer influence. And so a leader with executive presence is someone who combines this heady combination of confidence, authenticity, poise, charisma if you like, and the ability to wield influence. There are 3 pillars of executive presence: character, substance, and style. Now, I must warn you that when I speak about style, it is more than pure appearance. To my mind, Style is more than appearance. It is the conveyance of an aura of distinction that is easy to recognize, but sometimes hard to define. And so when we speak about style in executive presence, we are talking about your leadership style. Of course, your appearance is very key and is very important as a leader because it can also convey authority or influence people appropriately. But it is beyond your appearance. It is the energy you bring to the room. It's how assertive you are. It's how confident you are as opposed to being arrogant in certain situations. I believe I should stop here for now because this is a series that we're going to continue over time. Executive presence is a very important factor in leadership, and I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks teaching you about executive presence and about the 3 pillars of executive presence. Again, to remind you, it's your character qualities, your substance, and your leadership style. Until next time, thank you very much.